Hi and welcome to a MALIFAUX 4th edition How to Play Kaeris, a little bit more specifically Reborn. So there's literally been a lot of changes and she is really different. But to summarize things, the Reborn version is I play with burn tokens, while the version 1 is more like summoning mecha spiders and operating with constructs. Almost splitting the crew in two sections where you have the fire cult in one part and all the magical fire construct in the other part. For example, if we take a look at this one, Kaeris Scalding Steamfitter, this is version 1. All wildfire constructs gains the following ability: redline. When this model activates at half its maximum health or less, it may gain a burning token to declare a walk action. And that's pretty good. Friendly wildfire models gain the following action, which is a signature action, no longer a bonus action, to basically heal and repair constructs, while potentially also regaining cards from your discard pile, rebuilding your hand size. Pretty good. Like, she's salvaging, you could say. And with the new change to the rules where you can discard a card to add a suit of your choice, add a suit of that card choice, that is a good thing. And you can see right there you can pay Soulstones to summon steam arachnids. We're gonna get to that more later, but now we're gonna focus on Reborn because that's the focus of this video. Because there's a very cool game plan I want to showcase for you. So you're adding a fever bar down there, as you can see, and you can see what happens when you increase the fever bar. On 1, all burning tokens are not removed during the end phase. 2, all burning tokens deal 1 more damage. 3, all burning token deals plus total 3 damage, and wildfire increase damage for their magic attacks by 1. Any wildfire model can, while on the center line, pay 2 soulstones and make an action where they increase the fever bar, heal free, and end their activation. So it becomes, like I described, like a fiery cult. You're trying to go to the middle of the battlefield or on the center line and perform magical rituals to boost the ongoing power of the burning in the game. But you're also making the burning tokens stay, because how they normally work is at the end of the phase, they all disappear and people take damage from them and deal damage to models in base contact as well. But in this, you're making the poison stay. But once again, we have the Burning Man's Gift. Before an ally within 8 inches of Kaeris Reborn with a burning token declares a trigger, it may add a suit of its skill. If it does, resolve the token after resolving the action. This means that the token disappears. Now, the Burning Man's Gift is not going to keep the burning token, it's going to explode and deal damage to the model who holds the burning token, but also deal damage to models in base contact with the token too. So how you want to operate this, you want to have a model that is within 8 inches of Kaeris, in base contact with an enemy, declares any skill whatsoever, you consume your burning token, and you deal damage to your enemy and yourself as well. You're also having a pseudo armor as long as you're close to models with burning tokens, basically your enemy models. She still has flying and a good speed range of 7. And she packs a punch of 2 reach and 3 base damage, or sorry, everything is base damage these days. But that also inflicts a burning token with a lot of potential triggers. So even though you have like reach 2 on her attack, you still want to move as close as possible into base contact so that you can Burning Man's Gift, remove her own burning token, and get maybe Touch of Madness, force them to discard a card, or Rampage move around. And inflicting burning tokens on enemy models doing so as well. And then she has a signature action, Burn Away Pain, healing 2. Gaining a burning token. So that's basically the big concept with Kaeris. You are increasing the potential of the burning tokens, and then you're like using tricks to give burning tokens and remove burning tokens to, as it stats up there, increases the damage from the burning token. Before we continue, we have to mention that Reborn has gotten a new totem. And by the way, all the different 2 versions of Masters have different totems. And new models too. I don't know what Herbie actually is or how it looks like. But for example, Eternal Flame is still in the game. It is just connected to Kaeris version 1. As you can see there, here is the limit test, and this is the Eternal Flame token connected to the master. But this Herbie totem is pretty interesting. It has the madness engine. After a model with burning within 12 inches is killed, this model infuses a soulstone. So your own models dying, which they're gonna do because they're gonna take a lot of damage from burning, you're gonna gain double soulstones. And as you're putting burning tokens on enemy models, you're gaining more soulstones when they die too. But then you have signature action Living Spark. X is equals to the crew's fervor. Any number of models within range must pass the TN 13 plus X VP, which means that on turn 1 it's gonna be 14, on turn 2 it's gonna be 15, or resolve their burning tokens. So you're making a mass ignition, basically you're solving burning tokens during the game instead of the end phase. And then you have prayers answered. Summon a non-unique ally killed by this action in your deployment zone. So yeah, you're going to kill a lot of your models, and that could be a problem, but you can summon them. So you can, for example, summon firebrands and fire gamins. And when they die, as they die within the madness engine, you're getting 2 soulstones. Because the fire gamin and the fire branded both generate a soulstone when they die, as all models, not all models, but close to all models in this game now generate soulstones for you. So that prayers answered trigger is not that hard to achieve. You actually gain it automatically, and in the end you keep 1 soulstone. So suddenly you want your minions to die to burning, except that you want them to die specifically from the living spark, so to say. Because if an enemy model kill your model, then the model is dead still. But we have to take a specific look into this synergy. And this is kind of the big gimmick of the entire crew, so to say. So Fire Golem have Flameborn. When this model suffers damage from burning token, it instead heals that amount. It used to have Flaming Body that made it possible to use burning condition as a shielded condition. But now instead, whenever the burning token is resolved, you heal the amount. And as you increase the damage it deals, you increase the healing it does too. But it also comes with overheat. Remember, burning tokens deals damage to any model in base contact with it. But with overheat, you're making it into a pulse. You're pulsing it out, dealing damage to all models within 3 inches. A pretty long pulse. And with Burning Man's gift, you can automatically, whenever the Fire Golem makes an action, consume the burning token to add any suit of your choice. And now we need to point something out very importantly. Now this could change. Once again, this is just a beta, so everything I'm showcasing in this video could end up being different. But it's not once per activation. I think they're going to change that, because I think there is a gimmicky combo loop here where you have 3 actions. So if you can constantly generate a new burning token onto the model constantly, you can just sit and consume the burning token by every activation, or no, every action the Fire Golem is making to make the burning token explode, basically healing it up to maximum instantly, but pulsing out explosionary bombs all around it. But we also have things like Elijah Borgman with an onward, take a walk action, shooting sparks, models within 1 inch resolve their burning tokens, making basically the Fire Golem and many other models all around the battlefield just make pop 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 sparky explosions. And if everything is in space contact, it's just gonna go big boom. Fire Gamins also have the Flameborn ability, so they are also healing. So you can send forward little fire Gamins, fire imps, that you put into base contact with your enemy, and then just activate the Burning Man's gift, consuming the burning token to heal the Fire Gamin and once again make explosions. So suddenly we're starting to have a crew that is dealing damage by gimmicky tricks, not from attack actions, but just playing around with the burning token. In other words, you're gaining burning token, spending burning token, regain burning token, and just repeat. And that is going to kill your own models, not all of them, some are gonna be healed, but you're gonna kill some of your own models, but you're also going to hurt your enemy models this way, which means that maybe we can just kill enemies without doing any attack actions at them? Because this damage is something you really can't resist. It's just happening. The best way to play around it is to basically spread out and avoid getting in base-to-base contact with the wildfire models, because they are like self-exploding bombs, which is kinda cool. It's like a fiery cult that just runs forward and hugs people and go boom, enjoying the burning flame together. But we really need to talk about the Deacon Hellcrist. So, he has a passive ability, Heated Words. Ski markers within 8 inches of this model gain hazardous burning. Not limited to your own, it's every ski marker. So if an opponent has a ski marker in play, they're gonna accidentally gain burning if they walk on it. This is basically how you're generating peer markers. By the way, peer markers have been changed to inferno markers, but whatever. So as we are consuming the burning tokens on your fire golem, you need to regain them somehow. So you need the fire golem to stand on a ski marker, have a lot of models within close proximity, that 3-inch pulse, and then just make an action, consume the burning token, gain a burning token from standing on the ski marker that is hazardous, giving the fire golem a burning token again, and then from that you could potentially pulse out a lot of burning token resolutions, healing the fire golem and dealing a lot of damage within the same activation. Pretty good. To stay alive, we're gonna need firebrands again. That comes with Embrace the Flame. Target a model with a burning token. Target heals 1 plus X, where X is the number of allies within 3 inches of the target with a burning token. So that's good. You basically heal for 4 by a TN of 5, 6 inches. Pretty good. We also have Backdraft. To explain what backdraft is, in reality, it's when a fire starts and it just sucks in the air because it's consuming a lot of air, making you almost move towards the fire. It is basically a vacuum effect, 6 inches, signature, so you just activate it immediately, no TN test whatsoever. All enemy models within 3 inches of the target must pass a TN 14 SP, that is move, duel, or move 3 inches toward the target. So you target something like your fire gamin. You don't need to target the fire golem because they are already inside 3 inches, but you target your fire gamin, and all models that fail the duel is gonna go into base contact with the fire gamin, or your Kaeris, or whatever, basically. And that is how you're setting up so that you're moving your enemy models into position of taking damage to the burning. And then she has the flame blast like she had before, which also deals out burning tokens. But how are we going to achieve the favor? So we need to have this happening on turn 1 every game. That's the goal. Because on turn 2 you want to activate again Fever 2 and increase the burning potential. So it's really important that we have a model we can just move forward efficiently to the center line. And by the way, you're gonna consume a lot of Soulstones for this. But on the other hand, you're gonna gain some Soulstones during the game too. I think it's time to look at Deacon Hellcrist again. So he has the signature ability, bonus action, Translocation Ritual, 8 inches, and there's a TN test to this, so you could fail. This action may target allies, so I guess attack actions can no longer target allies on default. You could do that before. Place a target anywhere within range of a model with a burning token. Within range means that within 8 inches of Deacon Hellcrist. But what you can do is activate your fire gamin, move it forward so it stands a lot forward, like 12 inches forward to your deployment zone. Then you move Deacon Hellcrist speed 6 forward, and then you activate Translocation Ritual. Now you need to give the target a burning token, the fire gamin that you've moved 12 inches forward in this case, but you're teleporting the target that you want to move to the center line into not base contact, but within 1 inch of the burning token model, that is the fire gamin, so to say, but still within 8 inches of Deacon Hellcrist. but the model can literally move more than 8 inches. Because it just needs to stay within 8 inches of Deacon Hellcrist at the end of the translocation ritual position. With this you can teleport your model forward quite far. He also comes with purifying fires, which means that you can remove annoying conditions, annoying tokens that your enemy has placed on you, like distracted, and convert it to burning tokens. Kinda cool. So he will definitely help out with the cult in making sure your scheme markers are burning and moving around your models towards the center line. But Kaeris can actually do this too by spending a Soulstone. Target an ally with a burning token, deal 1 irreducible damage to the target, place the target anywhere within 8 inches of its current location. Basically like tossing a model, you could say. Pretty good. And with that you're going to move whatever model you need to get to the center line forward quite easily. We also have the fire starter. He's not a cult model, but you can still have him. But with light under their feet, this action may target friendly models, move the target up to its speed. This model may remove a burning token from the target to have it ignore models' terrain and vertical distances while moving. This does not trigger the damage, by the way, just so you know. Because removing the burning token does not make the burning token resolve, it's just removing it, it's cleaning it out. And maybe that could be good, because maybe you have a model that is going to just go too low to take damage from the burning, so this could be good. But with this you can still move models forward. And you can do this any number of times. Like you can cast this on your Firebranded, and then you cast it again on the same Firebranded, and now the Firebranded has made 2 walk actions, you could say, outside the Firebranded activation. And now you activate the Firebrand, move up to the center line, and boom, you have achieved the condition. That's it, that's how you basically play Kaeris Reborn. And it sounds like a very interesting game plan where you're trying to toy around with burning tokens, and I like the look of it. But what about Kaeris 1? Well, we're not gonna dig too deep into it, but as you can see, signature action, summon the swarm. Target remains, I think that's a corpse marker. Summon a steam arachnoid within 1 inch of the target, then remove the target. So you're summoning little constructs. Other than that, she hasn't changed that much. She still has fast cast, which is the new run and gun. Or well, it's not the new run and gun, but it's run and gun for magic attacks. So she still has conflagration that deals 2 damage. This duel ignores 1 minus flip if the target has a burning token. Models damaged by this action gain burning. And she has Kindle. Target must have a burning token, deal 1 damage to the target. It basically deals 3 damage at a 10 inch range, speed 7, so she's a mobile range shooter basically still. That now summons models too. But the entire peer marker concept is literally entirely gone. As you might have noticed, nothing in this crew is ever creating a peer marker, or an inferno marker as they used to be called. So she's changed from being a peer marker master into a summon spider mechanic master, a construct master. Which takes us to that there's a lot of new models to the Wildfire crew, like Howard Langston that used to be augmented and MSU. He's now a Wildfire, no longer part of the other crews, which is kinda strange. But he's also, as you can see, summoning Steam Arachnoid within 1 inch of the target by spending a Soulstone. And as you can see, the Steam Arachnoid is now no longer versatile, they are part of the Wildfire crew. This is actually going into some annoyance potentially. If you had Steam Arachnoids and you didn't have Wildfire crew, suddenly you can, but you have to pay money. You can hire out of keyword with the new rules, I think. Anyway, you don't want to. But yeah, if you have Steam Arachnoids and you don't have the Wildfire crew, sorry, you can't play your Steam Arachnoids. That's just how it turned out. But you also gain the entire Mechanarachnoid, this one too, also Wildfire. As well as the Scorpius, who used to be a Chimera, which was kinda weird. But it's a construct beast. So there are some really big changes to crew composition, but who knows, we will see how things turn out. Some models still stay within the concept of what crews could include them before. For example, the Boilmaker is still Foundry and Wildfire as it was constructed initially. But I'm getting a feeling that potentially a lot of models might no longer be part of their crews there once were in MALIFAUX 3rd edition. For example, Carlos Vasquez is no longer a wildfire, he's a performer. But in the end, this is a beta, so things could change. Wildfire also lost Iggy, the WoW model, with the misery burning, I believe. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this little short Kaeris Reborn tutorial on how to play her and the tricks on how to operate, the game plan you should have trying to win games, killing your opponents by making your own models explode. A lot of more keywords have been released, so there might be more videos like this, but in the end, this is just a short peek of how it could potentially look like. Because once again, this is just beta, but you can playtest with the beta, so I hope you get something out of this video. Take care guys, and I'll see you in the next one.